A new story shows a different yet positive side of one member of the Eagles coaching staff. Find out who that is, plus a scary situation for one Eagles player and a fantastic update for another. So, without wasting any more time, let's dive right into it. What's up, y'all, and welcome to 2nd and 15, a Philadelphia Eagles fan podcast powered by Olde City Sports Network, the best network for all your Philadelphia sports needs. This is your host, Michael Roscoe. We got a short episode this week, but starting after next week when training camp will begin, we're going to get a lot busier, which is very exciting. But for now, we do have a few topics to talk about this week, and we'll get started on those right now. Our first topic of the week is the first Eagle has been announced on the NFL Top 100 Players of 2026. As this list continues to be developed, honestly, at what seems like a snail's pace, the first Philadelphia Eagle makes the list at number 56, and that is none other than quarterback Jalen Hurts. Unfortunately for Hurts, though, this is the lowest ranking he's received on the list, I believe, ever since coming into the league, dropping 37 spots from the 2025 list. And from the grand scheme of things, honestly, I get it. The offense as a whole was stagnant. Hurts made mistakes here and there, had a couple bad games. His stats weren't at the level of the 2024 season. But regardless, I still think he's a great player. He's proven that time and time again. And I still think he's better than the 17th quarterback ranking he received in ESPN's list that came out around last week or so. Now, I talked about my opinion on that whole ESPN quarterback ranking list last week, and I posted a couple TikToks about it, and my God, people lost their fucking minds. For as much as some opposing fans claim Eagles fans glaze Jalen Hurts, and don't get me wrong, there are some that do, they are quick as shit to glaze their own opinions or glaze other overrated or lesser performing / accomplished quarterbacks. But anyway, I'm not doing a deep debate in this episode. I just found it funny that within these two lists, in the ESPN one, which was derived from about 70 coaches, executives, and scouts across the league, Jalen Hurts was ranked below Lamar Jackson, Jordan Love, Trevor Lawrence, Baker Mayfield, and Brock Purdy, I believe. However, Jalen Hurts is ranked above those quarterbacks on the NFL Top 100 list, which is derived from nearly 500 active NFL players. Now, you might be wondering, how is this list compiled? Well, what they do is all the participants essentially create a top 20 list, not by position, but overall top 20 player in the NFL. Then that data is analyzed and tallied up to make a definitive top 100 list. So it's just interesting to see how non-players view Hurts versus actual players. We'll continue to update where other Eagles lands on this list as it continues to be determined. All right, our second topic is an Eagles player home invasion. So this past Saturday, Tredyffrin Township Police responded to a home invasion at the residence of Eagles star running back Saquon Barkley after receiving a 911 call around 5 in the morning to report a burglary in process. Thankfully, though, Barkley, along with his fiancée and their 2 daughters, were not physically harmed in the incident. However, by the time law enforcement arrived on the scene, the suspects had already fled. According to various reports, there were at least 2 suspects, one of whom actually entered the house before fleeing the scene in what looks like to be a white 2020s model GMC Yukon Denali, which is not a fucking cheap car, by the way. But anyway, the Chester County DA's office came out with a statement communicating that Chester County PD is assisting in the case with the Tredyffrin Township Police Department. Finally, according to the article issued by ESPN, Captain Tyler Moore of the Tredyffrin Police Department told Philadelphia news media that they will, quote, contact federal authorities to determine whether the incident involving Barkley's home might be connected to a group of home invasions targeting high-profile athletes. First off, I'm incredibly thankful that nobody was hurt in this situation. It's a very scary feeling, And I can't imagine what Saquon and his family are feeling emotionally right now. Because even the reports indicate that this was a home invasion possibly linked to that series of other home invasions, it hasn't been 100% confirmed yet, I believe, that is the case. This could have been a separate home invasion. This could have been an attempt at committing a separate crime. And the situation could have been worse than it turned out to be. But again, I am thankful that no one got hurt, and hopefully they are no longer in danger and can overcome any mental or emotional toll that this might have taken on them as soon and as smoothly as possible. All right, our third topic of the week, we have a player update, and that is on rookie wide receiver Mekhi Lemon. We have some fantastic news to report about the promising young player, as he communicated to the Philadelphia Inquirer that he has fully recovered from his hamstring injury that he suffered earlier in the offseason, which forced him to miss some time, including the extra time that Jalen Hurts spent with members of the wide receiver corps down in Florida. The timing of this, though, it couldn't be any better, as we are just 5 days away from the start of training camp. The time he missed, of course, cannot be replaced. However, he did not waste any time during his recovery by basically studying the hell out of the playbook, not only to learn the Mannion offense, but to make an impact within it as quickly as possible. Lemon's not the only one, though, to have suffered an injury in their rookie preseason. We saw both Jahad Campbell in 2025 and Cooper DeJean in 2024 miss time during the offseason going into their rookie years to various injuries, including a hamstring injury for DeJean as well. And thankfully, though, those injuries didn't prevent them from making a nearly immediate positive impact in the defense. So hopefully that trend of success continues for Lemon as he looks to return to the playing field. All right, and our final topic for this week is a news story showing Sean Mannion's dedication. After the hiring of newest Eagles offensive coordinator Sean Mannion, some people questioned the move due to a lack of play calling experience and minimal coaching experience in the NFL in general. However, after hearing this latest story about Mannion, it's going to be extremely difficult to question his level of passion. According to NJ.com, head coach Nick Sirianni told the story of how Mannion's flight from Green Bay to Philadelphia right before he was supposed to start got canceled due to a heavy snowstorm. Now, most people would have probably just bitten the bullet and arrived 8, catching another flight after the storm had passed by, basically getting there, but getting there late. But that's not what Mannion did. Instead, he got in his car and made the 14-hour drive from Green Bay to Philadelphia to arrive promptly. And you got to admit, that is some real dedication right there. I know people who won't drive 14 minutes for jack shit, let alone 14 hours. Sirianni goes to praise Mannion for his football knowledge, his desire to work, and his overall, quote, obsession of wanting to get better. And before y'all say anything, no, I'm not going to go into Sirianni's latest chat GPT bullshit, because frankly, I don't really care about that as much. But anyway, I'll cap off this episode with this. Is it reasonable to be skeptical or questionable of what Mannion potentially will do for this offense? Sure. He's another brand new offensive coordinator who hasn't professionally play called. I get it. I was a little skeptical in the beginning as well, considering what we saw from another rookie play caller who we shall not name. But I will say this. After hearing this story, I'm not skeptical at all about his passion, his dedication, and his persistence to the craft of football. And I believe that can be equally as important as all the logistics required to be an NFL play caller. All right, y'all, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to like, subscribe, or follow on YouTube, X, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok by searching at Second and 15 or by the full name Second and 15, a Philadelphia Eagles fan podcast. You can also find the audio for each and every single episode releasing Thursday mornings on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Player FM, or wherever you stream your podcasts, with the video uploading to YouTube later that same day. This episode, Second and 15, and Olde City Sports Network are brought to you by SeatGeek. Download the app and use promo code Olde City Sports Network, all one word, for $20 off your first purchase. We got preseason game, single season game tickets on sale. You won't want to miss an opportunity to get a little discount on your purchase. So once again, head on over to SeatGeek and use our promo code Olde City Sports Network for $20 off your first purchase today. Once again, thanks y'all for joining in. This is Second and 15, a Philadelphia Eagles fan podcast powered by Olde City Sports Network. We'll see you all next week. Don't forget to stay fly like an eagle. And as always, go Birds.